On today's episode, we have a couple of not safe for work hot coffee topics about a new OnlyFans trend and an Erotica Club in New York, some relationship talk and what we consider cheating and how the porn industry is affecting relationships. We're also going to talk about nootropics. What exactly are they safe and should you be taking them? So it's going to be an interesting one, you guys. Grab your coffee and let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
And we're back.
We are back in the pod.
Yes, we are.
Ready for an interesting...
Yeah, let's go. I don't know the topic. I got a little bit of piece of it.
Yeah, so you guys know. He only knows when I do the intro. Then he goes, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's always something, right?
You know what? I'm never at a loss for things to talk about, to be honest. Before we get into the interesting stuff, we'll do our typical housekeeping.
Yep.
A new kind of housekeeping, though. This is your friendly reminder from Candidly with Coffee to unsubscribe to everything, all the email lists that you subscribe to get the discount code for Black Friday. To unsubscribe, because I realized when I was looking at my email lists, I have subscribed to places that I bought gifts of 10 years ago.
Wow. They're packed, man. My whole email thing has just been blowing
Packed. I make it a point to not be a spam emailer. I don't spam. I do have an email list. I don't spam. I like the macro-friendly newsletter that you sign up for. You literally get a newsletter every 2 weeks. I sent one Black Friday email out. Companies are not only sending one a day, they're sending multiple per day.
Yeah.
It's just annoying. It makes me not want to buy anything.
No, it's annoying. I hate my emails being packed. Dude, what's all this junk you're sending me?
Oh, what's even worse is text messages now.
I haven't got those.
Because you don't do the shopping. I usually do the online shopping.
Yeah.
In order to get discount codes, you have to give them the email address and your cell phone number, and then they text you nonstop.
Do they sell that information too as well?
They're not supposed to, but all you have to do, just so you guys know, is text stop to any one of those types of text messages, and it'll automatically unsubscribe you. Even if it doesn't say that, or if they have a different process, stop is the universal way to stop getting those spam text messages. So
I've had that before too. We put stop.
I spent like 3 days unsubscribing to emails, and I'm still getting them. And what I've noticed is I'm still getting emails from companies that I unsubscribe from, which that is against the law, actually.
Yeah. They should be held accountable for that, man. That's not cool. There should be lawmakers going after these companies. Like, enough is enough with the bullshit. Like, stop.
It's so annoying.
It is annoying. Stop with your greedy asses. You're thirsty. Thirsty for business.
Do you have coffee there?
Yes, I do.
We can do a little cheers.
There you go.
How's that second cup of caffeine?
Excellent. No headache. Picking me up.
You are successfully tracking the caffeine intake now.
Yes, I am. Got to cut to half.
Yeah, I actually didn't have I ran out of pre-workout, and so my caffeine was less than normal, because normally I have an energy drink and pre-workout. Sure as hell, right around noon for me, which makes sense because that's about 7 hours after I had my energy drink.
Yeah.
I felt the crash.
Uh-oh.
I was like, wow. All I did was cut my caffeine in half by not having the pre-workout, and it impacted me.
What did you do?
I had a coffee.
Good for you. You have to.
I'm like, shoot, I still have half my work day left. I got coaches chat after this. I got editing.
It's exhausting, man. I'm not going to lie. The last podcast, I struggled, man. My sleep's been terrible.
Yeah.
And cutting my caffeine down is just rough. Yeah. I did notice. You're right. It made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Cutting it back.
It does. It makes a difference because I can definitely feel it. And then and I had a headache a little bit. And as soon as I drink my coffee,
bam, you back.
I'm back.
Just like that. I love it.
Yeah. It's good when you're sensitive to it, though, because I don't need that much. And I'm pretty sensitive to it.
You don't drink as much as I do. I'm an extreme person.
We know this. We definitely know this. But speaking of subscribing and unsubscribing, subscribe to this show if you're not subscribed to it.
Please.
We are getting so close to 25K, you guys.
Yes.
We're at like 24 and some change. And follow us on Instagram, candidly_with_coffee for exclusive content over there. And leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
We appreciate that very much, you guys. We love y'all.
'Tis the season for packages, man. The FedEx, the UPS, there's like a constant stream of deliveries.
Amazon. There's a circulation between the post office, Amazon, FedEx, and UPS. It's like rotation, right?
We are in the thick of it right now. And it drives me crazy because the dogs just erupt.
I know. Those, you can't have a better alarm system than our dogs. Sorry.
No.
You're not going to get past none of them. There's what, 4 of them that are going crazy?
Yeah, it's just nuts.
Yeah.
Thank God Rocky's quiet.
Yes.
Poor little blind guy. He's probably deaf too. Doesn't hear it.
We have one
Doesn't hear.
quiet one. But the other ones are like freaking alarms, man.
It's a symphony.
Yes, it is.
I like to say it's like the symphony.
It's annoying
when
sometimes.
they get started. So I have some good news that I got right before I came back here. I got an email that I'm officially part of Team MegaFit Meals.
Hey, those things are so damn good too, man. I'm glad you discovered them.
I'm so excited, you guys. If you don't know, I've been on a journey to find meal prep that's good, that you don't get tired of, that actually tastes good.
Yes.
But also is macro friendly. That's easy for me to tell my clients, oh yeah, get these because it's going to fit into your macros. Yeah. So I've tried 3 different, I tried Fuel Meals, I tried Factor, and then I tried MegaFit. I've now ordered 2 boxes from them. So I tried tons of different ones. I'm actually going to have another one later. And I'm blown away by everything. They have treats. The macros are excellent. The food is delicious.
You had pizza the day. I was jealous and it smelled good. I couldn't believe
pizza. When I reordered, I ordered more pizza.
Yeah, I want to have some.
You feel like you don't need to eat like pizza. It tastes so good. And so you guys know, I am so particular with who I team up with. I haven't teamed up with very many companies. So now I'm adding to my little repertoire of companies that make sense for my brand, and MegaFit Meals is it. And I couldn't be more excited about it. Food.
I'm happy for you, man, that you got accepted as a you're
on the team. Yeah,
on the team.
So
yes,
link is in the description. You guys, they're very good, and I think I talked about them on the last episode. Those were totally unsponsored. I spent all my own money on all these different companies reviewing meals, so I don't want you to think that this is like a biased thing. Yeah, it is because I love them that I'm now want to be on the team. It's not the other way around. They didn't reach out to me, and then that's why I love them, kind of thing. I reached out to them.
And listen, you know what happens when you're hungry and you don't have no food prepped? What are you going to do? I don't care. If you're like disciplined or not, you're going to slip here and there. You're going to want to go through the drive-thru or get something fast. Those are perfect to have. Because sometimes me and you are like, what are we going to cook? Or I'm bored of what I have. I want to switch it up. It's nice
I took us out steak and fries. We have steak and fries.
For dinner?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I took that out.
Yes.
I had a honey mustard chicken yesterday that was incredible. It was like magical. How is this possible? It was only 330 calories and 43 grams of protein.
Excellent return on investment, you guys.
And it was absolutely delicious. I was so blown away. So I'm so excited that I got that email today. I'm like, yes, because it's perfect. Finally, his company, I've even told, listen, before I was even working with them, but after I started to try some of their meals, I immediately sent you the link with that. I don't get that link I sent you. I don't get anything from that link.
Yep.
I told you to send it to your clients because you have some clients on Factor.
Yeah.
And Factor, the return on investment wasn't good.
No.
Factor is fresh meals, like never frozen meals, which is all fine and dandy. But like I said, I think last week, too much pressure to eat it too fast and they don't freeze well.
Yep.
MegaFit Meals, they come frozen and you just take the ones that you're going to eat in the next few days out and put them in the fridge, the rest in the freezer. And you've always got this constant flow of meals
and
to choose from.
And it's not going bad on you. Like you said, listen, let's go back 10 years plus when you were competing, we're doing meal prep. The pressure to hurry up and eat them, a lot of times our meals will go bad.
They always went bad.
They always went bad. We threw them away. We even seen your future son-in-law have to throw some of his meals away because they went bad, when he tried a meal prep company.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was another company that I tried, the one he did. It was like Prep Boys or something like that. I just didn't care for him.
Yeah.
I just didn't care for him. And I'm picky because
kinda.
Tyler laughed at me because we were arguing yesterday, actually, my son, because there was some Factor meals in the fridge and he kept asking me, is it okay if I have these? I said, listen, you can have any of those meals.
Yes.
because I wasn't over the moon for the meals. So I'm like, listen, I'd rather them be eaten than go bad.
Yep.
And he kept asking me because he thought, this is so weird. She's just letting me eat these meals. But it was because I wasn't like over the moon for them. That's why.
You weren't feeling them.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Me and you are just alike. If I don't like something, I'm not going to eat it. Sorry. I'm not going to force feed myself and eat it just for the taste of it.
I'm not a calorie weight. Listen, if I heat up a meal and I go to eat it and it's not delicious, got to be at least an 8 out of 10 or higher for me to eat a meal and waste my calories.
Yep.
I will get rid of it. I'll ask someone if they want it. If not, it goes to the trash.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep, the same way.
Sorry, I will not waste a single calorie on something that I don't like.
And I remember, listen, I go back further than you in the whole bodybuilding game in the 90s. And I remember Arnold and some of those guys, I don't eat for taste. I eat for nutrition. That's a lie. You're lying. That's impossible. No. So you're going to tell me every human being is just going to eat for nutrition? No, we got to enjoy what we eat. Sorry. Yeah. And I said that years ago. Got to enjoy what you eat in order to be successful.
Yeah, my thing with Factor, I just want to say their meals weren't bad tasting. So I'm not going to say, oh, they were terrible. They just were not worthy of 600 calories to get 30 grams of protein.
No, that's not worth it.
It was just not worthy of the macros for me. Because for me, if I'm going to go spend 600 calories, shoot, I could go to Chick-fil-A.
Bingo.
I could go to In-N-Out Burger for those macros. So why am I going to sit here and eat this meal? Whereas MegaFit Meals is worth it because I'm like, oh my God, the macros are excellent. Some things are higher in calorie, but then so are the protein. So Tyler had one of the meals and it was 600 calories, but it had 55 grams of protein in it.
So it's so see what she's saying? It's matching calorie per protein. It's almost right there with each other.
I'm not going to eat a 600 calorie meal and only get 30 grams of protein. No, so that's going to throw me off all day.
That's a terrible investment.
Yeah.
Return on investment on your calories.
Anyways, guys, so I'm excited. As you can tell, I'm excited because this is another company that I feel like, okay, this is a perfect company to align with.
Yeah.
Love their meals. They have treats that are delicious. I think I talked about them in my last vlog, but.
And you reached out to them.
I reach out to them.
Instead of people reaching out to you, trying to force something on you.
I said, hey, I've tried your meal. They're like, why do you want to work with us? I'm like, I've tried these companies and you guys are top so far of all that I've tried. So
A1, baby.
I'm ready to lock it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. You gave me your honest feedback. You tried it. We tried it. You got feedback from everybody and we're on board.
Yeah. I got feedback. And Tyler's a picky one too. I had Tyler try, you try, I tried, and I tried many different things, including the donuts we had, the little cheesecakes. More to come. I'll be posting a lot about them, you guys. I'll share when I have meals so that you guys will know which ones to try. Like I said, use my code, use my link. And of course, we always appreciate the support because that supports us.
And remember this, you guys. Some people say, oh, they're expensive. Think about how much you spend eating out. Way more expensive.
Yeah.
For some reason, people don't factor. Dude, a McDonald's meal nowadays, like a Big Mac meal with like 10-piece nuggets, almost $20.
Yeah, there was another a big thing that I loved MegaFit. They do not require a subscription. You just go on there, you pick a box of 12, 14, or 16 meals, you mix and match whatever you want in there, and then you don't go back and order until you want more meals.
That's good.
I got to log on before this date to like.
I hate that. Yeah, I don't like that. Or they make you, you're right. Or they make you keep your card on file for your current automatic orders for the same food over and over. I like how you get to switch it up.
Yeah, and there's no automatic orders. You order once and you don't have to order again for 6 months. There's no obligation at all. So that was another huge deciding factor for me. But honestly, really it was the taste and the sweet treat.
Yeah.
The sweet treats.
That cheesecake you gave me? Oh my goodness.
I know. It was so good. All right, you guys. So the other thing I wanted to announce is I'm going to do Vlogmas. If you guys don't know, here on YouTube, vloggers will do something called Vlogmas every year where they do little vlogs every day in December for 25 days. I'm going to really try to do it this year.
Try it.
I thought about it last year, but life was just crazy stressful at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. But I just think it'd be a cool way. I think it's a good way to attract new viewers and get just new people watching. But let me know what you guys think if you're going to be tuning into my little Vlogmas. It's going to be its own playlist on YouTube.
Oh, they'll be happy, man. Your people love you.
I don't know.
They love MRSCEOJ over here.
Oh, gosh. I don't know about that. Maybe sometimes. All right. So moving on to the hot coffee topic number 1. So I was watching a podcast and someone called in asking for advice. He's engaged and he is heavily into OnlyFans. So he has a fiance, but he's heavily into OnlyFans. He like spends a lot of money on OnlyFans. So if you guys don't know, OnlyFans is like a website where anything goes, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I think anything goes, but it's like you subscribe to different people on there, creators, I guess you could call them. And they give you get exclusive content. But then additionally, if you give them extra tips and bonus money, they'll fulfill requests.
Gotcha.
But there's this trend going on called F-a-fan. It's an F-a-fan trend. It's hashtag F, the full 4-letter word, a fan trend, where these creators are selling raffle tickets.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how this is legal, but it's big time going around in that community. And these random people will buy cheap raffle tickets, and one of the fans will win the opportunity to have intercourse with the creator, and they film it.
Wow.
And it's a thing on OnlyFans.
That's smart for the creator if you think about it, because they got all these dudes going
Crazy.
thinking they're going to win. So they're over there just spending money. But they're probably buying extra raffle tickets.
Because it taps into the biggest fantasy, like actually being, it's like they get to be with a porn star, basically.
Yes. They get to fulfill their fantasy.
Is that crazy?
It's
like an average Joe.
It's like those dudes who go to the strip club that think the strippers are into them. Like, no,
Yeah.
dude, she's just working you, brother. You're just
Yeah.
a trick. That's all. You're just a knock for her money. She's just pretending she likes you, into you, make you feel special. But no, it's just your money she wants.
Yeah.
That's it.
But this stupid guy on the call, he called in and he was like, do you think that there's any way that I could convince my fiance to let me do it? Because it's public. It's not like a private, like them two alone or whatever. And they said, absolutely not. I absolutely not.
Man, this guy's already he's trying not to get married. He's the idiot.
I
Straight
know.
up. Like, you're a dummy, bro.
But they asked him why. Did you spend a lot of money? Are we talking like hundreds of dollars? And I'd rather not say, but it was not. It was more than hundreds of dollars.
Sounds
so
like
thousands
tens of thousands of dollars is what it sounds like.
Oh yeah,
They get addicted, these dudes, to that.
Yeah, it's an addiction.
It is an addiction. See, everybody has different addictions. You know what I'm saying? We all have different addictions. Food addictions. I have a caffeine addiction. I had a weed addiction. We all have different. These guys are addicted to this OnlyFans stuff.
Yeah. And so that was my question. My question here, which I know the answer to, but is OnlyFans considered cheating?
So OnlyFans considered cheating. Damn, that's a good question, because you're not having intimate relations with this woman. You're not personally talking to her.
Yeah, you are personally talking to them.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, so you could be like, hey, $100 to put your toes in a bowl of spaghetti, or send me a video of you doing this for $500 or whatever.
I would think so then, because you're also maybe getting emotionally attached to that person too as well.
Oh, I heard, like, actually, Larsa Pippen, famously on Real Housewives of Miami, talked about having an OnlyFans. And she said that people will pay her just to talk to them. I do, and people didn't believe, her castmates didn't believe that. I'm sure she did some other things too, who knows? But
yeah,
100%, that's true, I believe.
Yeah, I do
because
too.
They feel like, oh my God, this beautiful woman is my friend. And they get really good. They're really good. They're master manipulators.
Yes, they are. They're
and
like
making you
therapists.
feel special.
Yes.
So I do feel that emotional relationships, at least on his side or on one side, develop for sure. And they get attached and addicted.
Yeah. I told you, it has nothing to do with this, but I told you when I was a trainer, I felt like some women had hired me just to be their therapist, just to talk. And I'm like, this girl really don't want to work out. She just wants to talk about her problems in life.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
knew I ain't stupid. I'm like, are we working out or are we talking about your life problems? What did you hire me for?
Yeah. They're just
I
like
swear.
hiring a companion almost.
Yes. And then some will try to take it a step further, obviously, but no.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
But I definitely feel like that's cheating or deception in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Don't worry, babe. I don't have one of those.
What does OnlyFans show? What does it show on the credit card statement, I wonder?
I wonder
if it says OF or OF LLC or something like a little discreet.
Probably.
So that it's not obvious.
Yeah.
Because I recently spoke to someone, and I'm going to be very like super vague on it, but you're not going to know who I'm talking about, who caught her significant other purchasing services through madams and stuff like that. And it came up, it was very disguised on the credit card. In fact, some of the charges looked like it was like gas station charges. And that's actually what prompted her to dig a little deeper, because she's like, why is there a $575 something fuel station charge? Who spent $575 at the gas station?
That's super obvious.
So she started to dig in and then found and then uncovered where there's smoke, there's fire, people.
I love that saying. You always say that, and it turns out to be true. Where there's smoke, there's fire. If there's heat, there's a flame somewhere lit.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if OnlyFans has some sort of like thing. I don't know.
I wonder what happened with them, because remember they were getting away from that? They got away from it, they pulled back in. Remember they're getting away from this whole sexual stuff?
Oh, no. They try to get away from it, and their like revenue plummeted. So they're like, forget it. Never mind. We're going back to the like sexual stuff. And in there, they are justifying it morally, because it's taking a lot of like porn stars out of these seedy situations and movies, and gave the control back to like sex workers, to where they're making good money, but they're not in dangerous situations. They're not being pimped.
That's true. They're not on the street. You can make an argument for that. You know what else I read somewhere? You might have seen it. Is now they're supposedly recruiting like high school girls that partake in this stuff. You saw that?
That's bad.
That's super bad. They should get prosecuted for that.
Yeah, I'm sure they would get prosecuted. That's completely against the law. Not just
the content creator, but the company. If they know anything about that, they should be held liable for that.
Well, what about Denise Richards? Her daughter did an OnlyFans.
How old is she?
She said when she became of age, she did OnlyFans. She's young though, like at 18, 19, I think. I think when she turned 18, she got an OnlyFans. And then Denise Richards got an OnlyFans shortly thereafter. And would you believe they sell like content together? I don't know what it is. It might not be, it can't be anything like super explicit, or else it would be against the law. But it is tapping in to the male fantasy of the mom-daughter.
Yes, 100%.
And to me, Denise Richards was Miss Holier Than Thou on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and was upset that the cast members were talking about threesomes with her daughters nearby. And then she's on OnlyFans with her daughter. It's always the one
it's always the holier than wows. It's the churchgoers are holier than wows.
Yeah, she was clutching her pearls that day at Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. A year later, she's on OnlyFans. But
you're selling out your own daughter? Denise, you're that desperate for $1 that you're selling out your own daughter? This stays on the internet forever. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
She doesn't have, in all fairness, she doesn't have control whether her daughter goes on OnlyFans or not. But however, for them to subscribe to doing some sort of joint things, because Denise said, hey, should we do another collab?
Oh my God. This is disgusting. Ugh. I'll tell you right now, if I found out you were doing like an OnlyFans behind my back, it'd be immediate divorce. I'll say it on here now. There'd be no coming back from that.
If I did anything behind
but
your
I'm just
back,
saying, there's a lot of women that are doing that. One got caught recently, remember, by her husband, because she needed money. She's like, I'm trying to make us money. Yeah, they were dying in debt. Yeah, but something you got to discuss with your mate. You can't just go do that on your own.
For sure. So with this, the FFan thing, the winner meets up with their favorite star in person and gets to have sex with her on camera. The footage then gets added to the actress's porn collection for everyone to watch.
Damn.
And it is like a massive trend.
Genius on her part, because she's going to have hell to do signing up for that, going crazy.
I want to look up what OnlyFans shows up as on the credit card statements.
Yeah, you should be a proud mama. You raised a good daughter. You don't have to worry about that. She's a beast at Orange Theory, a manager. She's killing the game. You don't have to worry about that. Like now, a lot of mothers have to worry about their daughters doing that.
Yeah,
because it's easy to make money.
It looks and
it's tempting.
It's glorified, and you see these girls, these OnlyFans models shopping. And they post their lifestyle on social media, private jets, and because they're making money hand over fist.
And we have a mutual acquaintance that we think is doing, and she has kids. Won't say who, but she has kids.
Yeah, but there's an estrangement going on probably because of that.
Yep.
You have to understand, like, there's certain things, like, I'm not a conservative person at all. I don't clutch my pearls. I'm not a very conservative person with that regard. But what keeps me conservative is not you.
No,
It's my kids keep me conservative, especially my son.
Yes.
And
You've
knowing
said that.
he has friends, and I'm more mindful because I have kids. They're looking at me. They're impacted by the things that I do.
Yes.
And that's the responsibility you take on as a parent.
Yep. Facts.
So I don't know about this OnlyFans thing. I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to look it up and I'm going to come back and let you guys
We'll be
know
right back, you guys.
what it shows up as.
Damn.
All right, you guys, with the magic of editing, I'm back. But it doesn't feel like I was gone to you guys. Anyways, good news is it shows up as OnlyFans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's no like random thing. It will show up as OnlyFans, but I'm thinking that, listen, where there's a will, there's a way. The man is going to get a prepaid card or some card that you don't know about.
Or a burner phone or something for sure.
Phone?
Like a different phone that it'll go to his account.
Oh,
A
but
burner phone. I don't know what to do. Get on OnlyFans instead of his regular phone.
Oh, I know, but I'm talking about the charge.
Oh,
the charge. He's going to get like a
prepaid. Of course, there's always something you could do.
There's always some way, but it does just it just shows up as OnlyFans. But on this same kind of similar topic in terms of crazy things, I heard that there is this club. Have you ever heard of this club called The Box?
No.
In New York?
Sounds like a boxing club, like a fight club.
Nope. It's called The Box. And it's very much speakeasy looking. Like, I'll put a picture up on the screen of what it looks like up front. It doesn't look like anything. What is it called? Like, remember Beauty and Essex in New York? How cool that was? It looked like a pawn shop.
Where you walk, first time we went to Beauty, let me explain real quick, guys. We went to Beauty and Essex. It's a bomb-ass restaurant in New York City. When we first walked in, it looked like a pawn shop. We're like, this isn't the restaurant. You guys are tripping. There's a big bouncer. I go, wait a minute. Yes, it is. There's something here to that big old dude. And another door opened up, and it felt like The Great Gatsby, that movie.
Yeah.
Like we just went into a movie.
It was very cool. And now it's commercialized, so it's not as cool. The one in Vegas, the one in LA, it's not the same vibe.
Nah.
In New York, it was literally secret location. It was so cool.
We had a hard time finding it.
This was many years ago.
Yes.
But so there is a place called The Box, NYC, and it is like an erotica club. But you never know what you're going to get. It's
Sounds like I think it was called the Pleasure Zone in San Francisco, had something like that many years ago, way before this, something like it was secret.
Yeah, and this place is exclusive. You have to like book a table kind of thing, but they do. The girl who said she had been said they do some crazy stuff and they are very strict. There's no images or videos from patrons that are out because they collect your phone, they collect everything. So it's under lock and key in there. But she said they'll do crazy like sex acts on stage, crazy fetishes. Like she goes, I don't know, like they'll shit in a box and do crazy like weird things in this club.
Didn't Lizzo try to get her dancers to go to something like that, but out of the country somewhere? That was in Amsterdam. That's right.
So this place is also in the UK, which I could see. This is very European thing.
Europeans are so open with that, man.
Yeah.
We're so uptight with sex, Americans. Europeans are so open and loose.
Yeah, but it's the interesting thing to me is, but it seems high end. Like it's high end. It's not some seedy, like grungy. Remember when we went to a strip club in Mexico? It was so disgusting.
You walk in and it just smells like a funk.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
And
I remember that.
The women would smile and they'd be like toothless.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Anyways. But this seems like it's more like an upscale and you never know what you're going to get. Mysterious, not embarrassing to walk in kind of place. Like an exclusive, hard to get in kind of club.
Yeah. Wow.
Do we have any New York listeners? I'm curious. Have you heard of it? Is it the way I'm describing it or did I get it wrong or... Do you know anything about it? Please comment. I'm curious.
The shit in the box thing got me though. That's disgusting.
I don't know, but that's what she said. That's what she said.
God.
But
why do people get off on that?
She said that like they'll act out different sex acts on stage and just do like crazy things.
Or like men who like get urinated on. I don't see why. I just can't get it, man. But some guys love that.
But in general, I have to say, just in doing a little bit of research for this episode, porn is really causing a problem. It's causing a huge problem. And like erectile dysfunction and sex issues and stuff like that are on the rise because access to porn is desensitizing people's ability to be aroused.
Because
access, right?
Okay, so I'll elaborate a little bit on that. So men were freaky creatures, and men have these fantasies of what they want to do with their woman. But unfortunately, a lot of the women that they're with they're not comfortable telling them what their fantasies are or going there with their woman. Does that make sense? They're not comfortable. So they have to go seek it elsewhere. Either they're going to go pay somebody to do it, or they're going to find it online because they can't get it with their mate. Does that make sense?
Right. But my point is, back in the day, like 30 years ago, it would be very difficult for them to access whatever it is that they wanted, that special thing that they wanted. They'll have now I can get on, I can find anything in 5 minutes on the internet.
Yes and no, because you still had those CD porn stores. You could buy the tapes and stuff. It just wasn't as easy.
I disagree, though.
Now it's more accessible.
Yeah, that's
easy.
what I'm saying,
Get on
though.
your phone. Yeah, for sure.
I'm saying that the access being so easy.
That's the difference.
Makes it so that you can access it anytime. So then it becomes not special. So then it keeps having to like progress.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's like it gets to a point where like a naked woman, I can see those a dime a dozen all day long on the internet.
It doesn't faze men no more. No, it doesn't get them aroused anymore.
Whereas 50 years ago, a magazine with naked women in it was like, whoa.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
They would get aroused by that.
Right,
now I'm like, or like lingerie. Okay. Now you go to a Halloween party. There's lingerie walking around the Halloween party.
Everywhere.
No big deal.
No,
so
it's not.
The access because of the internet is desensitizing people to things that used to be like a big deal. And it's actually causing a lot of issues, like intimacy issues with couples.
Wow.
Because regular intercourse with your wife is not exciting enough because I got to pay my OnlyFans girl $100 to do this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So my wife wants to do just this. Yeah. Well, that's gonna do nothing for me. I'm gonna run over to the computer.
Damn, you're right.
It's causing a lot of issues.
They even have some crazier stuff. They made a movie. Nicolas Cage starred in it because a girl was killed in the movie. The mother hired him. He was an investigator. It's called snuff films. What snuff films are is like they almost killed a chick during sexual acts.
Yeah.
And in that movie, that actual girl did get killed. She died. And the mother,
by accident?
By accident. I think this dude took it there. The dude was wearing like a leather mask, so he covered his identity. It was a crazy film, actually. Yeah. It's usually like rich guys that like that stuff, as they say.
But you know what? It's so interesting because lately we've been talking about all these different addictions. This is just another addiction. It's a huge addiction, though.
Isn't that crazy? The brain is crazy.
Porn addiction. Yes.
You're right, though. It's crazy. Yeah. The brain is crazy. It goes from one addiction to the other addiction to different addictions.
Yeah, so you have to be careful, especially if you have an addictive personality, what you channel it to. But if you think about it, if you have a caffeine addiction and so you drink a lot of caffeine, so you're desensitized to the caffeine.
That's me.
Same thing is going to happen with porn, right? So if you start to consume a lot of porn, you're going to be desensitized and it's going to take more crazier and crazier fetishes and things to get you aroused because you're overexposed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why literally like intimacy issues, erectile dysfunction, all of that stuff is on the rise.
Yeah. It's too bad that unfortunately, a lot of men, and I've heard this back rooms where men are really afraid to even let their wife know what they're into. Like, you should want to try something different with your wife. And you should be open to it, but they're so afraid of being judged or something. I don't know. It's a trip to me. A lot of men are really afraid to tell what they're really into to their mate.
Yeah, the problem is, though, what are they? They're into crazier and crazier things, though, because of the porn stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Probably.
And that's why it's
sometimes yes, sometimes no.
I'm talking about like more current stuff, like young boys who've never even had sex yet. Okay.
Especially
they're
teenagers.
Now exposed to, they can easily access pornography.
Right. Easy.
And so they are going to be so skewed as to what true intimacy and all of that is, that it's creating a big, huge problem.
Yes, you're right. No, you're right. You're right about it.
You're talking about something totally different. And yeah, like I agree with that. You should be open with your mate to be able to discuss different things that you want or you're into, but not everyone has that open relationship with their significant other for whatever reason. That conversation
can be hard. I know. It could be hard. It's hard. It's a hard conversation.
I just think that it boils down to a totally different topic. It boils down to
we'll have to talk about that for another day.
Being really open when you are first dating.
Agreed.
Before the love and stuff is in there, because once you love someone, you're going to be less likely to share things with them that you fear may cause you to lose them.
Facts. You got a good point there.
So you have to share the skeletons in your closet.
Yes.
the true, what you're into, what you're like, the negative aspects, the positive aspects of you. Share all of that early on.
Yeah.
While you still are brave enough, while you can still scare him, and if he or him or her, vice versa,
Yes,
and if they run off, you're not tripping because you're not like in love with them yet. You'll move on. But what'll happen is if you let your feelings start to grow, then you're gonna be like, oh my God, what if they find out I did this, or I like this, or I'm into that. Like, I don't want to lose them. Now I'm not going to tell them.
Yes. You know what? You make a fucking good point, man. God damn, that's some good advice. You're right, though. You're so right.
The problem is that most of the people that are probably listening to this episode, maybe they're already in relationships and they already went down that path. They maybe didn't share or whatever. But I just recommend just to try to be... That's the benefit to me about having a significant other. It's just like having someone that like you could be open with, and you can be...
Like, we were comfortable early on for some reason. We both... Because I think like you're like the male version of me. You know what I'm saying? You're not afraid.
Yeah.
We're the same sign. We're older too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're more comfortable in your skin.
Yeah, but I was very much on the path of I'm going to be very honest with the people that I date about who I am.
Yeah.
And what I'm about and the type of person I am, the good, the bad, the ugly, because I don't want to end up with somebody that is not a fit for me. I didn't want to do that again.
You're into that? Clutch their pearls. Oh, no, you're the devil?
I should have worn pearls today.
Yeah, that would have been funny, right?
Yeah, because I'm not
because listen,
conservative.
some men are intimidated, babe, too. You know, it's funny. As a woman might be more wilder than their man. They might be like, oh, hell no, I'm not into that. Or, oh, that scares me. Or I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that you got to figure that out. The compatibility is very important. For instance, I would, if this box New York was like upscale and like a cool, mysterious place or whatever, I would go there just to see. I'm curious.
Of course, we're curious because we're not afraid.
On.
Yeah, you just want to see. Yeah. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do to us? You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Yeah, but some people will be like, oh,
yeah.
Oh my God, I can't.
I can't. The audacity. You want to go there? Oh no! Like, how many times we gone to strip clubs? It's no big deal. Other couples might make a big deal. Or women usually will make a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably go out of like curiosity. We went to some crazy couple like swinger things.
Yes, we did.
We didn't go intending to, let's just set the record straight. We are not swingers. No. But we were at some sort of we were on the cruise that was
you caught
100%.
That. I didn't even notice that. You noticed that.
I said, I think we're on a cruise. It was the Groove Cruise, and there was a lot of swingers. And then come to find out there was, because there was a lot of pineapples on the doors.
Yes, you found that out.
And that's the universal sign for swingers, so that you know who to commiserate with.
Who to knock on the door or whatnot.
Yeah.
That's crazy that I was so blind to that. I never knew that you discovered that. I was like, really? And I started paying attention. Oh, shit, I think you're right. There's a bunch of couples who are extra friendly. Like, whoa, okay. They wanted to see maybe if we're into that. I didn't catch that, though. You did.
Yeah, listen, to each their own. If you're a swinger,
no
fine.
Judgment.
I'm not a swinger.
No judgment. I had friends that were swingers, married couples. I'm not going to get into it, but I had a lot of friends that were into to each their own. No judgment, man. Everybody's an adult. Do what makes you happy. Whatever works for your relationship, man, do it. Whatever makes you guys happy.
That's to each their own.
To each their own.
So I told you guys at the beginning of this episode, this is a not safe for work episode. So I gave you a fair warning.
Don't be listening to this at work. Coworkers will be like, what the hell are you listening to?
Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to move on to gears? Less exciting things, but still, we got to move on. So I'm going to move on to the Hold My Coffee. And that goes to Celia or Celia. I don't know. I think Celia. She commented on one of my videos where I was eating almond butter and says, almonds are super inflammatory. No, thank you.
The people on the internet are so entitled, the audacity of them. Who was talking to you in the first place or recommended you to eat almond butter almonds? You said you were talking about you were.
Yeah, like I was.
Telling people to do it.
Yeah,
so Celia, in what world did she tell you to do it? What world did you think you should
Well, you know what? It made me laugh because I was starting to think of if social media was real life, I want you to ask yourself, before you comment on somebody's page, ask yourself, if this was real life, would I do it? Meaning,
yes.
If you're walking through a restaurant and you saw a little Jane Doe in the corner eating some almond butter, would you walk up to her and said, that's inflammatory? No, thank you. Or
the Diet Coke police. That's chemicals in there. Why are you drinking that Diet Coke?
Would you walk into a stranger's home and say, I hate your couch? Would you walk up to a parent in the mall and school them on how to discipline their child? You might think it, but would you do it?
No.
That's how you should practice social media.
God, these people just have this entitlement, or they
Yeah.
feel like they need to say something every
Like
time.
another thing, like, would you walk into a store and ask the person for your purse for free? Hey, can I have that for free?
these the people. So
It's very simple. Just use
silly.
that.
If you're listening to this, I hope you take our advice and keep your comments to yourself, especially when it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. All right. We are moving on to Comment Corner. And that's what brings me to the nootropics conversation, because we had a comment from Trisha5348. Some products have a substance called nootropics. For example, I saw a product with BCAAs with added nootropics. Is this as bad as drinking caffeine? Can you talk about this on your next podcast? I was thinking about taking it, but I am not one who does well with energy type drinks and have caffeine. I like energy, but not so much wired energy. So nootropics, you guys, are like, that's a huge bucket. So nootropics is just like a general term for anything that is for like brain health and cognitive function and memory and things that are going to affect your brain. Nootropics can be like natural, they can be synthetic, they can be medications or not medications.
Interesting.
So like, but there are, because it's anything that affects the brain. And so they're I looked up, so what are the most popular nootropics? And modafinil is a popular nootropic for people who want to use an alternative to Adderall, but it's a drug that's prescribed.
Oh.
So I think when you see, though, the things like in BCAAs and these supplements on the market, those are more of like, some of the common ones are like L-theanine, ginseng, ginkgo biloba, lemon balm, lots of things like that. And typically they're stimulant free. Yeah. So they are the type of supplements that will help you with focus and energy, but not in a stimulant way.
However,
you have to test your tolerance to it.
Yes, you do.
Because I'll tell you what, a popular one, have you heard of ashwagandha?
I have heard of that.
Very popular.
I have heard of that.
It improves memory, enhances learning. It supports cognitive function by reducing stress. But some people, when they take ashwagandha, get like anxious.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So you have to, like with anything, don't just buy the gimmicks or what it says it's going to do on the bottle kind of thing. You have to just think like you have to test it.
I will say this, Alpha Brain from Onnit. I'm going to say it on here. I don't know if it's true or if it's placebo, but I took Alpha Brain, cold shower. When it did my Nassim test, it felt 1,000% confident and aced it. That's all I'm saying. I was sharp.
I was going to say, because when I was looking into some things, I'm like, you know what? Maybe you should take some nootropics. I think it would help you with like ADD, but no, I would say more like L-theanine, those types of things.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll just tell you what though, that Alpha Brain that day, I was
Alpha Brain has L-theanine in it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel sharp on it. And I'm not a test taker. I get nervous. I sweat. I'm one of those I'm not confident people. I'd never been so confident in my life. Granted, we studied and did the work, but I still felt confident.
Yeah, and I know I've taken Smooth by Gorilla Mind. And on days that I need to do a lot of computer work, it does help you focus. It really does. But I will say, I feel like if you are the type that's sensitive to caffeine or energy, it might affect you in a way that you don't like, but it's non-stimulant. The Gorilla Smooth that I took is stimulant free, and it did help. So it's nootropics in general. They're not super, super well studied, or there's a bunch of them that are not well studied. And it is like one of those trendy buzzwords now. It's tropics right now are like collagen was like 5 years ago.
Or organic.
Not like that. I wouldn't compare it to that, but I would say collagen or it's got all these benefits. It's so amazing, but is it really well studied, and are those specific benefits that companies are claiming proven?
Yeah.
But I will say on a lot of the nootropics, you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
You can absolutely feel the difference. So I would test out different ones and see if they help. Get a stimulant free. Look for nootropics that are stimulant free energy.
Yeah.
that will give you energy. I'm trying to see if I have any.
I'm gonna have to try some because I'm telling you, the Alpha Brain.
I think. Do we have any more Alpha Brain?
I'm not sure if we do, but I'm telling you, that day I felt sharp and I felt on, super on. Everything was just boom. Every answer was clicking. My brain was on point.
Yeah. So specifically, the definition for nootropics: they're substances that improve brain function, specifically cognition and memory. See, that's why it's good for you.
Yep.
Compounds classified as nootropics are typically not medicines, and they are highly safe, but some of them are medicines, though, I have to say. There are some that are prescribed nootropics. Certain prescription-only medications exert a nootropic effect, but their safety profile is limited. So you do everything I read about nootropics is keep in mind that they're not super highly studied. They're generally considered safe, but they're not like, there's not a ton of studies on them as of yet.
I'm gonna have to go research Dr. Andrew Huberman, see what he thinks. I think he talked about how you say that word?
Ashwagandha.
I think he said it's legit.
Yeah, ashwagandha.
I think he says legit.
I believe that ashwagandha is also used to treat erectile dysfunction in men. Or there's some nootropics that are supposedly can help with ED and things like that.
Okay.
I have heard. But
man, it's good. If it's good, it's gonna do me some good and make my mind sharper. Why not?
now I can say of the two that I have tried, Alpha Brain and I have tried Gorilla Mind, I liked Gorilla Mind better. Alpha Brain did give me a weird anxiety feeling.
Not me. Nothing.
But Gorilla Mind, the stimulant-free Gorilla Mind, Tyler actually had me try it. I think I took it also during a lot of my studies for NASA.
Yeah.
It helped me to focus, and I didn't have any of those side effects. So keep in mind, nootropics in general, very general. There's tons out there. And just pay attention to what the one you're getting. Make sure it is like lab test, third-party tested from a reputable company. Be careful of just getting some random brand that has all these claims off of Amazon. You don't really know what you're getting.
That's true.
Like
Careful.
Onnit is an excellent brand. Excellent brand.
Legit. Owned by Joe Rogan.
Or I don't know if he owns it, but he's
completely, but he's got his hand in it.
He's got his hand in it somewhat.
He's some kind of an owner in it.
And then, yeah, Gorilla Mind. So those are the two that I know of that had effective products. But I just feel like, since collagen is like everyone and their brothers coming out with all these collagens and all these claims that collagen made me look like 25 years younger. It's no.
No, stop it. No, it's not a miracle drug.
Yeah, you're going to get some benefits, slight benefits.
It's not going to make you look 25 years younger.
Yeah, like these
Stop
claims that you see on some of these products just drive me crazy. Yeah,
snake oil.
Do I believe that if you could take collagen, it's going to improve maybe the elasticity in your skin texture and things like that? Yes, but it's not what in these before and after pictures that these companies are claiming. It's just these ingredients come out and then everybody jumps on it and then every company makes a version of it.
It's always a craze, isn't it? When something new, like when the keto craze came around, and it's always some kind of craze, some kind of buzzwords and craze.
Yeah, and it annoys me because in most cases I'm like, no, it's
snake
not.
Oil.
The research just isn't quite there. But nootropics there is. There's a lot of good.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of good different, like ginkgo biloba, I've known for years is supposed to help with memory.
Yes.
I always tell you that. You need ginkgo biloba.
I do. No, you're right. And it's legit.
And that's a nootropic. There are some that are tried and true. I know L-theanine helps people with anxiety. Like I said, ashwagandha has a lot of benefits. That's kind of a popular one right now.
Huberman talked about
like
that.
lion's mane is another one.
Heard about that one.
So yeah, there's a lot of them, but as with anything, there's a lot of junk out there. So just be cautious. I wouldn't just get any random BCAAs that threw in some nootropics. I would look a little deeper into it.
Yeah, exactly. Do your homework.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.